Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to start with the next chapter, that is chapter number 5, and the name of the chapter is Organizing. In this video, today we are going to study about the meaning and features of organizing, right? So, before starting with organizing, very often we use the word organizing in our day-to-day life. For example, organizing a birthday party or organizing a trip, etc. So what does organizing mean? Organizing means to arrange systematically or in order, right? So we know that this is the second function of management, and the first function of management is planning. In the definition of organizing, it is the process means a series of steps are involved. It is the process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed. Now here we are identifying. What we are identifying is the activities that need to be done in the organization, and that activities are grouped according to their similarities, right? So defining and delegating responsibility and authority. So here in the process of organizing, what we do is we define the responsibility, that this is the work that a particular person has to do, and delegating responsibility and authority. So the meaning of responsibility means zimmevari, and the meaning of authority means adhikar, right? So these both activities or both things, the responsibility and the authority is delegated to the person and establishes a relation for the purpose of accomplishing the goal. That means a relationship is established between two persons working in an organization. One can be the superior, the other can be the subordinate, right? Now in this process of organizing, we also define that who is going to report to whom, right? Who will be the boss, who will be the head, or who will be the worker, or who will be the subordinate. Now to get all together all the material and human resources that is required to put these plans into action is under the heading of organizing. Now we know that in the process of planning, what we do, we just plan, right? We plan, we have gone through the process of planning, we have set some objective, and then after setting the objective, we are developing the premises, then we are evaluating the alternatives, identifying the alternatives, then we evaluate the alternatives. After evaluating, we select the plan, and so on. So in organizing, actually what we do, we identify or we arrange all the activities that are to be conducted in an organization. So under organization, we identify what activities to be conducted, how the activities are to be grouped, how responsibility and authority to be delegated, and who reports to whom. So this all is included in the organization. Now it includes giving practical shape to the plan. Now in the first function of planning, in the first function of management planning, we have planned, we have selected a particular plan, and we have implemented that plan. So in order to be success, in order to achieve the objective of the organization, what we need to do is we need to give a practical shape to that plan, and that is done in organizing. For example, if I say that in a factory I have identified that I need to produce a new product, right? So production of new product, how that product will be sold, or how that product will be reached to the customers, about the advertisement, about the publicity of the product, everything I need to look into. So these all are the activities that are to be performed or conducted. Now in that activities, I am going to group those activities which are of similar nature. For example, raw material, labor, or I can say all the activities that are related to the production of the good or product will be just put in one department, that is the production department. and all the activities that are related to the sale of the good or whatever, that will be put in the sales department, and activities that are related to record keeping, accounting or finance will be put in the finance department. So different departments are formed. So why these departments are formed? Because we are grouping the activities of similar nature in that particular department. Now responsibility and authorities both are defined and they are delegated in the right amount of the authority. Like for example, we have established the relationship of a superior and subordinate, that is established. Then who will be the head and who will be reporting to whom, that is decided. What decisions can be taken and up to what extent, that has to be decided. So responsibility and authority is defined, and the authority is delegated in a right manner, in a right amount to a particular person, right? So this was all about the meaning of organizing. All this comes under organizing. Now coming to the function features of organizing. Now first is we have division of work. Now division of work is what it is, a base of an organization. Now division of work is all the entire work of the business is divided into many departments, as we have already discussed that all the activities are identified and then they are put into a particular group, that is similar group of activities, right? So all the division of work is done. So the work of every department is further divided or subdivided into sub works, so that is known as division of work. Now coming to second, that is coordination. So coordination means talmel. Now we know that in an organization different persons are assigned to do a different types of work in the organization. So for what? For the attainment of the organizational objective, right? So organization, it ensures that work of all the persons depend on each other's work, even though it happens to be different. That means, like if sales department is the department or the group of activities that is being taken into consideration, then sales department depends upon the production department and production departments depends upon the finance department. So this is what, although we know that there are different persons that are assigned for different work, but every department depends upon the other department, right? Like if we take an example of the production department, now for the supply of raw material we need money, and from where will the money come? It will come from the finance department, right? So if production will take place, then only it is possible for the sales department to sell the goods. So coordination has to be established, and organizing helps us in establishing that coordination among the different departments. Now coming to the third feature, that is plurality of persons. That means not only an individual cannot create an organization, it is not only a single person who will be doing the work in all the departments of the organization. So it is the group of many persons who will be appointed for different organizational work, right? So to just for the achievement of the organizational objectives. Next is common objective. Common objective means what? If we are dividing the parts of an organization, but all the departments are moving into one direction, and that direction is the achievement of organizational objective, right? So how it is defined? It is defined through or with the help of organizational process. Next is organization is a machine of management. Now machine, it is that machine in which no part can afford to be ill fitting or non-functional. If we take an example like a car, we cannot get a car started without a car key, or we cannot put a car into working condition until and unless we put an engine into the car. So same way is the organization. If we do not divide the work will not be properly done, and the objective of the organization will not be achieved. So in order to achieve the organization objective, what we need to do is we need to put all the human resources into proper place, right? So this was all for today. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy and indoors. Thank you.